Today, we are joined by one of the most controversial influencer boxers on the scene today. She's dated KSI and might flash you by surprise. It's none other than Daniella Hemsley. Daniella, how are you and what are you up to at the minute?
I'm very scared to be here.
Don't be.
Four guys, one girl.
Wow.
This is your podcast virginity, are we right in saying?
Yeah, you guys are losing my virginity today.
What have you been up to since your last fight? Are you still training? What's going on with yourself right now?
Everything's been crazy. Like, obviously, social media blew up since my fight, so I've really been trying to push that, keep that all relevant. And yeah, I'm back in training now, so I'm carrying on boxing with my broken arm that can't straighten.
Is it broken? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been to get it scanned.
Feel it out.
I've been so lazy. I've been so lazy. So literally every time I throw a right hand, I like overextend it, and it's like.
How did that happen?
In my fight.
In the fight, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I broke my thumb and I think I broke my arm. So.
You think? You've not got it checked?
No, I'm so lazy.
Yeah. No, we'll get on to the fight and everything else that happened to it maybe a bit later on in the podcast. But I think we'll start off with, because I know you've done some amazing stuff with your body and your physique over the years. We saw an article about you used to struggle with your weight when you were younger, things about you leaving school and stuff like that. So could you elaborate a little bit for us on that?
Deep.
And
yes.
Just to give our viewers a bigger picture of everything that's going on with yourself.
So it started when I was about 12 years old, when my parents broke up. It was like the transition from primary school to secondary school. I really struggled with that, as well as like my parents separating, so I had no stability. I didn't go to school for 3 years, and I just turned to food, and then I ended up getting to the point where I was like 93 kilos, like morbidly obese, severely depressed, couldn't leave my house or anything like that. And then one day something just clicked. I was like enough is enough. Like, I'm at home, just my dad's writing me a list of chores to do every single day. And I just started walking. I started a diet called Slimming World, and I lost like 2 stone. And then I turned to the gym and I just started like doing cardio. I didn't know anything about training. Then I started watching YouTube videos, and then I kind of just got addicted to the results and got super obsessive with like bodybuilding. And then I got really educated on nutrition, and it kind of just went from there. And then I ended up losing like 4 stone. I fluctuate a lot, so Christmas I always get fat. And
was there a point where something happened, maybe like a turning point where you thought fuck it and then you switched up completely? Like, did something big happen in your life, or was it just kind of a mental switch?
It was literally like I woke up one day, I was like, enough is enough. And then my dad's girlfriend at the time gave me the Slimming World book and said, look, try this. And then I started doing that, started seeing the results, and then I started walking, no other exercise. And obviously, because I was a big girl that had never done any exercise, it just fell off me. And then it kind of just became an obsession from there, really.
What is the Slimming World program about? Like, how does that?
Probably slimming down.
Basically, yeah.
The genuine question. And so, where into that, like, did the boxing come in whilst you were looking at sort of slimming down, or did that come in later down the line?
No, I literally got the opportunity. Kingpin messaged me saying, like, what's your boxing experience? And I kind of blagged it a little bit, saying I've done like a little bit of boxing for 1.5 years, nothing serious, which was a total lie. Didn't do anything, got the contract and literally got straight into camp, which was March. So I don't know if you've seen the videos, of maybe insert it or something like that, but of me, like, day one was just horrific, and I had to learn to box in 10 weeks. And I had a fight.
Did that scare you a little bit, having to have a fight in first time boxing?
I think I was, what's the saying, bitten off more than I can chew? Yeah, because I literally had to learn to box, make weight. So I was 71 kilo and I had to get down to 63 in 10 weeks. So I had to diet, make weight, learn to box, and physically prepare for a fight. Like, it was a lot. And the girl I went up against had been boxing for 10 years and she had a fight before, so.
Oh, crazy.
She looked like, because I watched that first fight that you had back, she looked much more sort of heavy-handed. It didn't really look like a fair matchup, to be fair, in your first bout. Like,
I mean, I gave it all the big one, didn't I? I did the promotion bang on and got fucking smoked in the fight. But I think I needed like a proper beating to understand what it truly feels like, because sparring, obviously, they're not trying to knock you out, you're trying to learn. So I've been wrapped in cotton wool my whole life. Like, I've never been exposed to street fights or anything like that. So I really needed like the battering to understand how it feels. And then obviously going into my second fight, I definitely took that on board.
And as like an influencer boxer, where do you do your camp? Who do you train with? Are they Is it, so you said Misfit, Kingpin. Did Kingpin help you out? Do they put you into a camp? Like what?
No, so I have to fully fund it myself, but I'm actually very lucky that I can confidently say I train in one of the best gyms in Europe, which is Renegade Jiu-Jitsu. So every day I'm training around Leon Edwards, the UFC World Champion. Leon Edwards, Fabian Edwards, like I've got the best trainers, the best
What's he
coaches.
like, by the way? Is he a good guy? He seems pretty...
Yeah, he's humble as hell.
He's humble, yeah.
They're all decent, man. Yeah. They're really cool in there, and it's just like a sick environment. Like everyone wants to be a champion, and they all take it very seriously. And
so, like for example, before your last fight, your first fight, you had like what, a 6-week camp or a bit shorter? Or?
It was just under 10 weeks.
Just under 10
so it was
weeks,
quite long, really.
How much would like a 10-week camp intensive at somewhere like that roughly cost a fighter?
Thousands.
Thousands of pounds.
Thousands. Like a coach will cost like anywhere from like £50 an hour. You need your recovery, so you need your sports massages, your nutritionists, your weight cut nutrition's like completely different. Gym fees, travel, like it's a lot.
So how did you fund that if Kingpin don't provide any like funding?
I paid for it myself.
Yeah, cool.
What were you doing before boxing? Like, were you working any jobs or anything? You said, did you go to uni?
Before like
you got into like
influencing and stuff.
Yeah.
I worked in admin. I was an administrator in an insurance company. It's a crazy story, actually. I used to do ring girling, so, you know, like the boxing card girl. And weirdly enough, the management I was with at the time got me a job in a film as a ring girl in like a massive feature film, Bollywood film, a feature film. And then took that as like the opportunity of a lifetime, started connecting with everyone. And then one of the girls in the film did the Sidemen, and she said, like, Danny, you'll be so good for it. Like, I was a nobody at this point. I literally had like 4,000 followers on Instagram. Always wanted to do it, didn't know how to get into it. Then I got the opportunity to do the Sidemen, and I literally did that like while I was on set, but like on like a few day break, went to do the Sidemen. And then when that came out, that kind of like blew my socials up, probably to about 40,000 followers. And then I was like, right, now I can make a career out of this. Tried to stay relevant, jumped on TikTok, had to learn how to be an influencer straight away. Kind of just built myself up from there, really.
And so going back to that Sidemen, what was it? The like show that you went, was it Sidemen Tinder?
20v1, basically the Tinder.
Yeah. So how was that experience sort of being on set with them? You know, like, because obviously in the clip, it's kind of like they sort of take the piss a bit, innit? But like...
Everyone always asked me this. I'm not going to lie, it was literally in and out. Before that, I had no idea what the Sidemen was, no idea who KSI was, anything like that. Didn't even know it was a dating thing. Turned up, they literally said, you're going to go in a line, one by one. And KSI, the guy, I had no idea who he was at the time. It's literally going to say yes or no to you. So I walk in, he says yes, then you go to the next round, and then you get to pick if you want to go like on a date with him. And obviously I was like, more camera time. So I was like, yeah, of course I'll go on a date. And then the Sidemen, the next round was the Sidemen get to pick how brutal they are to you, what they want to do, KSI to do on the date. And obviously I was the one that got roasted. And yeah, literally after that, they literally send you home.
When you went into that first Sidemen video, did you kind of have the plan of, all right, I'm going to make the most of this so that when I come out of it, I can potentially do something on the influencer scene? Or did you just kind of go on like a whim? Like, did they pay you to go on, for example?
Tuppence. I think I got paid like 90 quid.
Oh, really?
But I mean, for 30 minutes work, it was fine. But straight after that, I went to Birmingham because I was a Spartan for Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury was doing like a world tour and he needed like Spartans. So I was doing a bit of acting, obviously, after that film. And yeah, I was on Tyson Fury's world tour in Birmingham. As like a Spartan. Like a gladiator.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Sort of thing.
But what did it involve? What
was the
I
role
literally just walked Tyson Fury out going like, basically. And then standing there looking pretty on stage. But it was sick, man.
Did you get to speak to him at all?
Yeah, I went into his dressing room and stuff like that.
Wow.
He's so... Yeah, I spoke to him and he's genuinely like as nice as he makes out online. Like, he's lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely guy.
It's only right that we get onto the fight and
Which one?
The most recent one. Well, actually, no, we'll start off with the first fight. I think, we'll mention the first one. So obviously, you lost the first fight.
Yeah.
And then I think that kind of self-explains your reaction to your second fight in terms of your celebration.
Yeah.
And then post-celebration, you obviously did what you did.
Flash my tits.
Yeah. And how was that received by Kingpin, for example? Like, were they... I mean, obviously, it's live on DAZN. There's a lot of people watching.
I mean, there's a lot I can't comment on right now.
Really, yeah.
they can't really say much. I can't say much at the moment about it, but yeah.
Do you reckon it was a good career move for yourself?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it gave me millions of eyes. Like, it doubled my Instagram followers in like a week. My OnlyFans blew up completely. Like, I was headlining articles in like Mexico, like newspapers, and from all over the world. Like, I think I've gained a lot of respect, and I have had mostly positive responses. Obviously, the few like Eddie Hearn, like backlash, but he hates YouTube boxing anyway, and
I think his point was more that if he's worked so hard to, you know, get females like who've been boxing all their life respected in the sport, it was like bringing it all back a step.
I think it's contradictory because, number one, professional female boxers, like most of them do OnlyFans, and when they do the weigh-ins, they're wearing like near enough nothing to promote themselves, to promote their OnlyFans. Second of all, sorry if I'm getting a bit passionate about it, but second of all, I think that YouTube boxing and professional boxing should be separate anyway. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be a professional boxer. I'll try and fight like one, but it's entertainment and everything. The most important part to YouTube boxing is everything around the fighting, the promotion, the viral moments, and that's what everyone was so like. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about getting the viral moments, putting yourself out there. We're characters at the end of the day. We're not professional boxers.
Is that the same reason why you went on OnlyFans as well?
No, I think I'm quite a sexual person anyway. Like, I love expressing myself. I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind. Like, for example, like if I need a poo, I say I need a poo sort of thing. I'm like quite expressive. I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind or like who I am, and OnlyFans is like a really good platform to like express that without being judged, because obviously people that are on OnlyFans are paying to see you, so.
And so one thing I just want to understand, because I watched your YouTube video where it was titled like I got banned or whatever you titled it, but I think you said in that it was actually an accident that you ended up getting your boobs out.
Yeah.
So was it an accident?
The actual pure tits was, because I bought these like sequin flames that I stuck on my nipples, and obviously in my fight I got really sweaty and stuff, lifted my sports bra and they got stuck in my sports bra, so it ended up being bare tit, but I kind of think it's a positive anyway because it got a lot more eyes.
So that was in your plan before you went into the fight? If you won the fight,
it was all planned. Of course. If I didn't win, obviously, I'm not going to take the L and do that. That's just like. But I kind of feel bad for my opponent, because when I flash my boobs, I don't know if you've seen the video, but she comes to shake my hand and I'm like. So I didn't even give her my respect, so I had to message her after, being like thank you for the sick fight, like she's a good girl, like she's a tough girl.
Did she respond to that well?
Yeah, she was like, thank you for a good fight. I don't think she expected me to be the way I was in the fight based off my first fight, because obviously it was like night and day, wasn't it? Like, I was literally running away from my opponent, and so obviously
considering the fact that the tassels did fall off, does that make it like a regrettable experience for you, or is it still something that you're like, well, it happened, I'm proud of it?
I'm proud of it. That's me. Like, I'll do it again now. I'll do it again tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just who I am. Like, I'm an expressive person. Yeah. So like, obviously, like, what I want to understand is like, so to the people, because I saw an interview from Tony Jeffries, and the way that he explained his stance on it was, if a man had celebrated and pulled his pants down and got his penis out, that kind of wouldn't be socially acceptable. So what's your kind of response to that criticism? But that's his cock. Like, if I was to get my vagina out, that would also be very, very different.
Yes.
But if you notice when a guy scores a goal in football, they put their tops up and run around the
It's not the same though.
Lines or any like repercussions, nothing like that.
No.
Not a single fine after the.
A fine?
Yeah, like from like
DAZN.
Kingpin or DAZN. No.
No, I didn't get a fine.
Do you plan on having kids as well?
Yes.
Do you worry about like when they grow up what they'll think?
No, because
they're gonna see them anyway, isn't it?
Well, fucking hell.
What? As in like.
They are. How you grow up.
Let's not sexualise children, boys. Do you mean like?
Like, obviously when they go to school, I mean, like, they're going to be in the playground and stuff, and their mates are going to be like, oh, your mum's, whatever. Do you think they'll actually worry about that, or?
No, because it's kind of the same response of like what Elle Brooks said on like Piers Morgan. Like, they're going to have the best life ever that I've provided for them, and I would never have been able to give that to my child unless I do what I do today, which is ultimately being myself as well.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here just for the sake of it, but as in they might, like, for instance, you say they'd have the best child or whatever, but perhaps in like a materialistic way, in terms of materialistic things that you can provide for them.
No, because I can give them the best education, the best food. I wouldn't be able to do that unless I could
There are
afford
other
it.
ways, yeah, you could.
Like what?
Getting a job.
Raw.
What?
I think to be fair,
So
it's
that's basically saying you guys don't think that what I do is a job.
No, I didn't say that. I said there's other ways to earn money.
For you, it is going to be a good career move, essentially. So, you know, you can understand it. Like, if I'd have parented, I'd have probably gone and got them out as well, maybe.
And then I also had like a lot of backlash of like, oh, children were in the audience, this and that. So my opinion on it is, why are you taking your kids to go watch people get beaten up? If you can take your kids to go watch people get their faces smashed in.
I don't think that's the point, though. I think people go to boxing because it's a great sport.
The whole kids argument's a little bit different, just because obviously it's immature eyes looking at that and whatever.
What's difficult is that, like, obviously for you, it is something that happened like as an accident, and like.
Well, even if I had flat tassels on, I'm still flashing.
Yeah, of course, and like people would have still critiqued you, but like for you, like, does it kind of is it kind of feel negative when you get the criticism for something that you maybe didn't actually intend to do? Because you didn't intend to expose your... Because you can guarantee if you'd have got your nipples out and flashed yourself and you had the tassels on, the backlash would have been dramatically less. But I think because it was a full exposure, people obviously had a lot more to say about it. So is that something that's kind of hard for you to deal with the massive media backlash, you know, the boxing world backlash coming from that for something that you maybe didn't actually intend to do?
Nah, not at all. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm always, no matter what you do, you're always gonna get hate, positive, negative response, even if you're the best person in the world. So the fact that it happened, I can only look at. I'm quite a positive person. I can only look at the positives from it. Even if I didn't flash my tits, I'll probably get negative press from elsewhere. So
did you get a lot of like immediate hate, like your DMs flooding with hate and that kind of thing, or not?
I got mostly respect. I got so much respect. Like, even now, if you compare my comments on my Instagram post 6 months ago, 90% of it was hate, like death threats in my DMs. Now
For what? Like, what were the death threats and that kind of
Well, a lot of it was when I was fighting Julie Poco. Like, a lot of the Brazilians, like, I probably received like 50 death threats a day, like, to go kill myself, give up.
That's quite threatening from 50 Brazilians, to be fair.
I know, like, and they're scary, aren't they? But yeah, to now, like, having mainly positive response, like, just pure respect. So,
has anyone kind of who, let's say, is maybe a bit further forward than yourself in their career on the same path that you're looking to take, reached out to you and kind of shown support, or in that same question, do you look up to anyone in particular in your field that you are looking to kind of replicate what they've done or follow the same path as
I mean, all of the girls like in Kingpin are so nice. Like, they're so lovely. Like, even Elle Brooke I see as like an inspiration in the YouTube boxing world, and like, she always reaches out to me and like telling me I should be so proud of myself, and literally just all of the girls are so humble, so lovely, beautiful girls, and they're like friends for life, really.
And do you think that more girls should get into OnlyFans?
I mean, I'd never recommend it. Like, if that's you, like, for me, that's just an aspect of my personality. It's a way for me to express myself genuinely. So I'd never recommend it, because obviously you have to remember, once that content is out there, like, you're gonna get leaked, or your parents will find out, no matter how secretive you try and be.
What was that conversation like? I mean, I don't know your relationship with your parents, but when you first like went on to OnlyFans and they found out, whatever, what was that conversation like?
I was super supportive, except for my dad. To be fair, to be expected, he kind of like disowned me, to be cruel, to be kind. Went quiet for like a month. Telling me he's disappointed in me, which obviously is to be expected. Right? No one wants their daughter to get on OnlyFans. But now, obviously, now time's gone on, he's seeing how successful I am, like the kind of lifestyle I'm living, and he's just nothing but proud of me. He'll never support the job, but he'll always be proud of me, like, no matter what I do. So.
And do you have a boyfriend or a husband or anything?
I've got a boyfriend.
And what's his opinions on it?
He does it as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do it together, like, as in?
We do it together. We do, obviously, content together. When I met him, he was a stripper.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
So were you doing OnlyFans whilst you met him? Like,
No. So he had been doing OnlyFans before he was with me. Then he stopped doing it. But he was a stripper, so he was in the Dream Boys. I don't know if you've heard of the Dream Boys.
Charlie might have heard of him.
Yeah, Charlie, you
goes to all of those events.
Yeah, you went to that kind of thing.
Dream Boys ever.
Oh, I swear.
You sure?
I literally don't know what that is.
Do you know like Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Not personally, but I've heard of them.
Or Magic Mike Live. It's
Yes.
basically that, like a dance stripper group. So when I met him, he was a stripper. He's very much like me, like very expressive. So that's why we kind of work, and he was just supportive. He didn't push me to do it or anything like that. He was like, you know, like if that's something you want to do, I will support you. And
That's brilliant.
And on your actual OnlyFans itself, do you do more stuff than just the standard thing that everyone associates with OnlyFans? Do you give more content to your fans, like more personal content in terms of your daily routines and that kind of thing, as well as?
I'm slowly getting into that more and more. I definitely talk to my fans on a personal level. Like I don't really flirt with any of my fans at all. Like I generally just talk to them on a personal level, like how are you, what do you do, like have a great day, like they're my friends sort of thing. I can talk to guys so much better than girls though. Like I feel like I get on with guys. Like I've always had male friends.
That's the biggest red flag.
Why is that red flag?
Reload from that question you were coming in with.
Yeah, so going forward, obviously looking to like future fighting and stuff, where do you see your sort of boxing career going for you?
I would like now I've got my win. I'm on like a one win streak. I definitely want to carry on boxing. Like it's definitely an addiction. Like I used to be super into bodybuilding, and now when I go weight train, I find it boring. Like I love boxing. Like there's so much to learn as well. I wanted to try and get on the Tommy Fury KSI card. I got an opponent lined up. She said she wanted to fight me. I just need a contract.
Can you leak who the opponent is? Or is that?
Yeah, Fangs. Fangs, if you want to fight me.
Who's that?
She's like an American.
I've heard of her.
She's like 40.
Yeah, I think
40?
I've heard
What
of
does she
her.
do?
I've heard of
Yeah,
her. She had
she
a
does
fight
like.
before.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
fought Minx, is her name? No.
Can I hold his name? Stripper
Yeah,
names
I
like
dunno.
Fangs, Minx.
She actually does OnlyFans.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
she's like. Yeah.
But is there anyone out there that you want to like fight?
I want to fight. I want to rematch Julie Pocker.
Was that your first or second fight?
That was my first fight, the one that battered me.
Do you reckon you've got her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think now I've had a beating, I know how it feels. I needed to get over that like feeling of getting punched. Because if you watch my first fight, I literally was just running away from her. Because I'd sparred probably 5 times with like the same girl over and over, and I know that girl wasn't going to hurt me.
Yeah.
So now I've got over that. Yeah, I want to rematch Julie Pocker. I think it would be a sick fight. And I think I'm technically better than her, or definitely will be by the time that I fight her.
And what do you think about the whole influencer boxing scene as a whole? Like, who do you think is the, let's say, king of the influencer boxing scene?
King?
Yeah, who wins?
Boy or
And
girl?
queen. King and queen.
Yeah, king and queen. Yeah.
Sexist her.
I'd probably say the best is still obviously Elle Brooke. Like, even though she lost her last fight, I think she's got the most experience and like the best mindset, and she's like the GOAT of the female side. Males, I don't know. Like, obviously KSI is probably up there. I think I always get confused. Jake Paul, Logan Paul that just fought Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul.
I think he's sick. I think he's actually really
Who
good.
do you reckon wins in the Tommy Fury KSI? Do you give KSI a chance in that
Nah,
fight?
I think Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
He's a pro boxer, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
he's surrounded by. He's literally spending every day with Tyson Fury. Like, what can get better than that?
People are more drawn to KSI's like just complete
Well, he's got
self-confidence
the
that he's
bigger-
going to win.
Yeah, he's got the bigger following. I think he's undefeated as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he's lost a fight yet, so obviously it humbles you when you lose.
Yeah, and obviously on that same card you have Logan Paul, Jake Paul's brother, obviously fighting Dylan Dennis. I don't know if you've seen.
That Dylan Dallas has never had a fight, has he?
Well, I think he's like jiu-jitsu champion or champion, that kind of thing. But I think he's
that's
just
not
not fought. I think he's just not fought in a few years.
Then he's going to get battered, I think.
You think?
Because Logan Paul does WWE, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
That's all
that
fake.
is in. That's yeah.
Yeah, but he's still getting thrown around and black eyes and that.
Yeah.
WWE still takes a lot of
I would
tech.
love to do WWE.
Yeah, I reckon you'd be quite good
Yeah.
at that on WWE. To
I
be
think
honest,
it's sick.
Yeah.
I'm physically strong. I'm getting good at boxing now. I can dance a little bit. This girl called Tay Emery, I don't know if you've heard of her. I think that's how I pronounce her name. She DM'd me after I flashed my tits, because she flashed her tits after she did a bare knuckle fight, and she was like, let's get together and we can be the flashing twins on WWE. And she was like trying to get her manager and stuff to like get us together to do it. I think it'd be sick.
I think that maybe doing the flashing on WWE might be more of an
Yeah,
issue
we can
just
just
because
put some
there's literally
stick-
kids ringside.
We could
like.
just put some stickers there or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say you went to watch WWE when you were younger. No? Yeah, with flashing their tits. Like upgrade the experience.
That have gone down well.
Wait,
if you
how
were in the
old
crowd.
were you?
I think I was about 9.
Do you know what I think my problem is? I was brought up, like, my childhood film was American Pie. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've not seen it, no.
Yes.
Like, my childhood film, as bad as it sounds, was American Pie 2. I think that's why I am the way I am.
Yeah. Any other films which particularly capture your interest?
That capture my interest? No.
Barbie? Are you a big Barbie?
I've never seen that new Barbie film.
Yeah, you went to watch that, didn't you?
Yeah, on my ones, yeah.
Yeah, on
What
your
do you
own.
think? Was it actually on your ones? Was it on the date? On the date. Defo.
I still need to watch it. If any girls out there want to watch Barbie with me, hit me up, innit?
I've heard it's a
I'm
bit...
lonely out here.
It's not Barbie though, is it? Like, I've heard like mixed reviews on it.
Yeah.
I think Barbie should be magical, and I've heard this one, like, Barbie gets cellulite and all that stuff.
I did hear they rode a rocket.
Like, it's
or
just
something like
it's
that.
just a bit feminist, isn't it? Like, Barbie, I think, should be magical, should be pink. Barbie should be like plastic, fantastic Barbie girl, not like Barbie doesn't have cellulite. It's not realistic.
Yeah, but have you not seen the film?
No.
No, but if you
But that's
watch
what
the
I mean,
film,
that's
you'll
what-
get,
have you
like,
seen it?
why. Yeah.
You have seen it.
So you like it?
Well, yeah, it's alright. Like
But-
Margot Robbie's in it. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
That's why you're in the film. You're like the fucking geezer that's in the film.
Do you know I actually went to a casting to be in the film?
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
How did
Yeah,
that go?
when I was with Neb's Models, actually, they sent me to the casting of the Barbie film, but that was at the point where I got a bit fat, and obviously.
Yeah, they need to be inclusive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they wasn't, because every single
could've
girl
had
at the
fat Barbie,
casting
like.
was like that, and obviously I was a little bit chunky monkey.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Oh, there was like, I think there was like 40 girls and like 37 got it, and there was only 3 of us that didn't get it.
You're one of them.
I was one of them, and then it got cut from Nev's. Peak.
Are there any other routes that interest you as well?
My ultimate goal is probably to have my own reality TV show. I think I'm quite funny.
And what would you do on that reality TV show?
Just be myself. It's like share my life, share what I do.
Sort of like a Katie Price type of thing.
Katie Price.
Kind
I'd
of
like
thing.
to sound more like Olivia Atwood.
Okay.
If you know, if you know who that
She'll
is.
love that.
Yeah, the filthy
Yeah.
rich. The filthy.
Do you want to just move this way a bit? You've gone slightly off mic there.
Hello.
Is that Olivia Atwood, the one who was on Love Island?
Yeah.
She's
And
got
what is
a
she-
reality
Big tits.
TV show coming out about her getting married.
Yeah, that one, and she
Right.
did
Filthy Rich.
Filthy Rich.
Do
yeah.
people actually watch that? Like, do people care?
Yeah.
They do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those who
Sam.
watch TV.
She married a Jill's boy.
Or I'd love to do Big Brother, actually.
Oh, yeah. That's unreal, to be honest.
It's alright to be fair, innit?
Wait, what did you say?
You'd like to do what, sir?
She married a footballer,
Oh, yeah. What's his
Yeah.
name again?
Bradley Dack.
Oh,
He's a baller,
yeah,
to be
yeah.
fair.
He played for Blackburn, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say you'd love to do Big Brother?
I'd love to do Big Brother.
What would you
I think I'd be sick on it.
What would you be like as a Big Brother contestant?
Controversial.
Do you
I
you'd
think
be,
I'd
like,
have to
quite
beep a
fiery?
lot.
Quite fiery, do you think? Or?
Not fiery, because I don't like arguing with people or anything like that. I think I'll just be like loved because I'm just not afraid to be who I am. Like, they'll probably have to filter some stuff or tell me off a few times, but I think that's all part of TV, right?
Yeah, Big Brother
That's
is coming back, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I was going to apply for it, but I was like,
Didn't
no,
bother.
they can come to me.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't.
Have any like reality shows reached out to you?
Before I became like an influencer, Love Island did, and I got quite far with the process, and then they cut me. Probably weren't pretty enough, skinny enough.
You do mention the skinny thing quite a lot. I mean, like, I'm not trying to, bring up anything.
Nah, because the Barbie film, I was genuinely too fat.
No, I think you got a nice body. You don't need to
Thank
be
you.
like, you don't need
Thank
to be
you.
like that, innit?
Body dysmorphia, innit?
Have you seen a guy called Eddie Abu on TikTok?
No, who's that?
You've got to start watching his content. Yeah, he's this guy. He used to be a bodybuilder, and basically now what he does is he goes
Wait, Eddie who?
Eddie Abu.
Oh, I thought you meant Eddie Hall then.
No, and he goes round and he basically like picks up foods that like people would think are healthy, like a protein bar. He picks up, he goes, "This is shit," basically
Oh,
to say
that's the guy
like,
I'm thinking of.
yeah,
He
and
goes
he
in
like,
Asda and that.
yeah, but
all over.
his basically like philosophy is like eat something that's either come from the ground or eating something that's come from the ground.
Organic.
Yeah, exactly. So just eat like real food basically, like don't eat things that are pre-made. And I think that's quite a good philosophy, and like really that's what I've been living by. That's what I've been trying to live by recently, like, not getting like protein from like fake sources like protein bars and stuff, and trying your best to get it from.
I love a protein
You had a
bar,
protein
though.
shake on the way in.
I did have a protein shake on the way here, and a protein yogurt last night. I was just going, let me finish. But I think what's important is not to be like too strict on yourself.
Yeah.
With what you're
Oh yeah.
No, it's fact.
No, that's true.
I think
I
what's
agree with
important
that.
is
It's
not.
important.
Gee,
Yeah.
you can wait with your steroids. You got to moderate them. Do you know what I mean?
we just
Don't
go,
go
I
too
don't know,
hard.
I am natural as
Yeah,
well.
Gee, you say this every
Do you
5
think I'm natural?
minutes.
I think you've got to keep saying it, to be fair.
Do you think I'm natural?
Yeah, because your skin's. You can kind of tell when someone's on steroids, innit? Because
Yeah,
of their
exactly.
skin, their veins, their muscles just look different.
Yeah.
And you like, you're probably not like mad lean here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like and flat. Because I
Yeah.
feel like steroid, you can see someone on steroids from a
tell.
You're a
mile
bit
off.
chubby around the abdominal
chubby,
region,
a
aren't
bit
you?
perfect.
But not chubby, but like natural.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like all or nothing. That's something I'm working on. I'm either like super clean or I'm disgracefully binge eating. Like it's still like finding that balance.
What do you indulge in, like takeaway wise, for example? Like what's?
Sorry, I'm sweet tooth. So I'll binge on chocolate. Like I love my cakes, cookies.
Yeah.
Like I'm a proper fat girl at heart. Like, and I don't think like my appetite will never go. Like I've got such a big appetite, and I love my food. I love all types of food.
Did you ever dabble in like marijuana and get the munchies from that or anything like that?
I did for like 6 months when I was at college,
Right.
but I
okay.
hated it. I just did it.
Did that make you overeat or?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It
But
gives
why did you
gives
hate
you the
it?
munchies, isn't it?
What was up with it?
Pardon?
Well, how comes you hated it?
It's made me feel like, I think because I weren't in a very good mental place, then when I had it, it gave me like really bad anxiety. Like I remember smoking it, and then I was in my car and I just felt like I was shrinking. I weren't driving, but I just felt like I was like shrinking. Like I don't know why, into like my seat. Like it was just horrible.
Yeah.
So Daniella, going forward, how do you feel like you will be received the next time you walk out on a Kingpin show?
I think that the crowd are gonna love me. I've just gained respect from people. You know what I mean? Like there's only a very minor amount of people that would probably boo. But most of all, I've got respect, especially now that I've won. I think that in the boxing world, that will oversee, and then people they won't forget the fact that I flashed my tits, because I think it would be quite cool if I could be known for that.
Do you answer your like OnlyFans messages personally?
Yeah.
So
That's the one thing I'm very passionate about, because the amount of management companies that message me saying that they'll do all the DMs, like they only take a certain cut, blah blah blah. It's not even about the money. Like I think if people are paying to talk to me, they should talk to me.
and what's some of the weirdest messages that you've received?
I get a lot of can we meet up? I'm trying to think. The weirdest one I've got. Probably asking for a video of me having a shit. I think people have like that scat kink, don't they? But you can't do that on OnlyFans anyway.
What else did you ask? You know, yeah.
Yeah, what's your username?
He was doing market research before he came. And would you do
No,
that?
that is weird as fuck.
No,
I can't lie.
no. Because you know what I always have in my mind? Everything can get like leaked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's true,
everything
innit?
that I put out anywhere, I'm 100% confident with that. Even if it does get leaked, I'm not like, oh my god, that looks so bad here or whatever. Like everything I put out, I'm comfortable with.
Who's the fittest out of us four? 1 to 4.
The fittest.
Yeah,
Great.
from 1 to 4.
Wow.
Let's just go straight at it.
Do you all go to the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. He's fat as fuck.
Fat.
You mean fat?
But you've got to
he's
stop
fine.
projecting
He's
your
fine.
insecurities
Do you know
onto
what I mean?
Sam.
Do you know what I mean?
So you're
You've
gonna
got-
come
I'm
save
not
him?
happy
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
I really
To be
appreciate that,
fair,
bro.
Jason don't even go gym.
Yeah, I just woke up now.
The needles do the work for him.
Well, none of you are ugly.
Take
I'll
that.
take that, to be fair.
Who's the tallest? Comes down to these
Sam's
components.
probably taller.
How tall are
Probably me,
you?
no?
6'4".
Oh, you're really tall. How tall are you?
6'2".
How tall
I've
are
got the
you?
biggest cock, though.
5'10".
I love your honesty. I love your honesty.
Yeah.
Because a normal man would be like, I'm 6'2".
No, I
Yeah,
can't
innit?
say that. do you know
And
what I
then you
mean?
meet up with him.
What did he say? 5'7"?
He said 5'10".
Oh, he's
Oh,
5'7"?
come on now. 5'7",
What'd you
that's
say?
a bio.
So, to answer the question,
Go on, 1 to 4. To put you on the spot. Sidemen edition.
Sidemen edition.
No, we're better than the side.
Yeah,
Come on.
no context.
1.
right.
Wait, you're
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
1's best, 4's worst.
Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, we can cut that. Yeah, calm.
Yeah, we can cut that much. Yeah.
What would be your niche, actually? Let's go round. If you all had OnlyFans, what would be your niche?
What, as a goal, yeah.
Findom.
No, anything. Like, if you was the as a boy?
Probably, I don't know.
You could do, you're a gym boy, aren't you? Like into gym. You could do like naked workouts.
Okay, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, bro, you should do that.
Bro, naked.
You're looking a bit too excited.
No, Daniella, thanks for coming on today. It's been really good to have you on, and we appreciate you coming here all the way from Birmingham.
It's been fun.
To finish off, is there a message you'd like to say to any of your fans or anyone who perhaps tuned into your last fight, and any message you have for them going forward?
I'd like to say thank you for all the support and fuck the haters. But I love you because you give me views. ¿Qué le parece esa morra? La que anda bailando sola.